Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to Space Engineers! Let's go right into a new world and let me explain what we shall do in this weekly series and how this is gonna go down. So, I did Space Engineers a long time ago on my channel and it was, I think, one of the more popular videos, so I decided recently I should do some more because I'm still in love with this game, even though it's still not complete. I mean, it's out of the early access phase and it's in its beta phase now, as you can see on the loading screen, obviously. And I still think it's an amazing game. It's not finished by any means, but it's amazing. So, what are we gonna do in this series? Basically, it's a survival series, but with emphasis on building stuff, which is reflected by the world settings that I chose, which means, big inventories, fast creation, stuff like that. No wolves, because wolves are stupid, believe me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a planetary lander. Let's do this right now. And basically I'm gonna have some objectives every episode that I want to do, some things I want to build. And for the first few episodes, I sure have my own objectives and goals I want to complete. But the aim of this series is, of course, that you guys that watch this might suggest things that I should build. You know, if there's something you want to see me build, just suggest it in the comments, and I will take a look at it. So, as I said, it's going to be a weekly series. That's because I want to be able to actually respond to comments and, actually have time to plan these things out if you have a suggestion. And also, if you suggest something, it doesn't have to be something functional. You know, I know Space Engineers is about creating awesome, space construct that there's weird things out there. I mean, ships that rebuild themselves, ships that produce other ships, and these ships produce other ships then, and crazy stuff. But you can also suggest, I don't know, something architectural, build the Eiffel Tower. Why not? It just has to be interesting, challenging, something fun. So, but the first thing, of course, our first objective for this first episode is to establish a presence on this planet so that we might get some resources and start building. So I want to drop down here with my lander on this lake, because lakes are awesome. They're flat, which means they're easy to land on, because I have done some landings in mountains and stuff, which consequently ended with my lander getting half destroyed, and that means you're missing out on a lot of resources. So I'm gonna try to touch down on this lake. Also, you can see from up here, if you never played with planets, I know some people in the Space Engineer community don't like planets because they're basically unfinished or pretty dead at the moment. So yeah, if you've never been on a planet, these dark spots there on the ice, and sometimes you'll also see them on regular terrain, these are ores. So these dark spots basically mean there is something else, another ore under the ice. So that's perfect. I hope there's gonna be something good. So, let me gently ease down. Slowly. And of course this ship is gonna despawn when we log off. When we save and quit this game, this ship is gonna despawn. Meaning we're gonna completely disassemble it. So that's gonna be one of the first things we do. Let's put that on our objective list. Hopefully I'll add some crazy cool looking list we can put things on. And of course one of the other objectives will obviously be creating a base. Oh, there we go. A base consisting of some basic components like batteries. I think solar panels would be good. A control station like this. Also, we would need cargo containers, and I think medical station would be nice as well. Yeah, I think that's the basic stuff we should get. Alright, so we landed. First things first, what we want to do before we start completely disassembling our stuff is to press J to open our helmets, because we are on a Earth-like planet. So we have oxygen, so no need to waste that. The next thing is there are 2 cargo containers here. So let me open up that thing and move everything from this cargo container in the one above. Because we're basically gonna disassemble this one first and then set it up at our planetary base so we can move some stuff over. That's gonna be our first little thing we do. As you see, there's a lot of materials in here. Basically, these are materials to build batteries, I think also solar cells, and there's some other stuff in here for just basically some steel plates, you know, like armor blocks and stuff. So, let me disassemble this beautiful thing. There we go. Also, now that we have moved the things in the inventory, we actually can turn off the power of the lander, because we don't need that at the moment. So let me disassemble some more things. We don't need this. Who needs a door, right? Just want to fill up my inventory with a few blocks. A battery, we don't need that. At least not on the ship. Donk, gyroscope, which will pretty much fill up our inventory. There we go. Also, if you have been away from Space Engineers for a while, you might notice the HUD is quite new, actually. It has been updated, and it's much easier to actually find stuff on the HUD now. So they done a great job so far, updating this game. I really love it. There's much to be desired still, but yeah, you know, it's still in beta. So they still, I guess there will be a long time in beta before they actually release this. But they're doing updates every week, so that's nice. So, as you can see, we're starting off with a simple 3x3 grid here. There we go. And I want to get my cargo container, so press G and search for cargo container. There we go. Also, we want to have a control station. Let me put that here, and cargo container. There we go. Oops, I just wasted materials, which I shouldn't have wasted. God damn it. Let me disassemble this again. There we go. Because we need that first, so I can put all the other materials in here. Because that lander will supply us with a lot of materials. And I mean, a lot. We're gonna completely disassemble this thing. Meaning, from the top to bottom, all these giant atmospheric thrusters, everything. Let me fly up. I shouldn't fly too much because hydrogen is... since they switched the jetpack from using energy to using actual hydrogen, the jetpack has become a lot, well, less usable, at least on planets, because on planets, of course, you have natural gravity, which means the jetpack is always fighting against gravity. So it spends a lot of energy. As in space, it would not, because you only need to, you know, get a little bit of force in a certain direction, and you're good. Yep. Oh, I dropped stuff. That's kind of interesting way how this game handles this. If you start to grind down an object, and your inventory is full, as long as you do not completely destroy that object, the spare components that you cannot get into your inventory will stay in that component. However, if you get rid of it. Like, completely, they spill out like that. It's just like... all over the place. Kind of like in Diablo, when you try to pick up an item and your inventory is full. It's like, doink! So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of walking back and forth, which is also one of the reasons why I wanted to have the inventory size at maximum. Because, let's be honest, I can talk a lot, and I think there's also a lot of things I can talk about, but if my inventory size is 10 times smaller than it is right now, I would have to walk a lot more, and I would have to spend a lot more time disassembling all of this. So, yeah, it's just in the interest of making it not as boring as possible, you know. Let me just grab some stuff here. So, basically, what I have envisioned for our first base is something like a tower-like structure. So, in the middle here, we're gonna have the... batteries, and then on top like a little tower, and completely on top of that little tower we're gonna have our solar panels, right? So I'm not quite sure if we could do that already, if we already have the necessary materials, but it would be cool if we could... oh my god, it's getting dark. If we could already set up the like rotors for our solar panels, so we can angle our solar panels. Because, of course, if you just put solar panels on, like, the blocks, they're gonna either look directly up, or directly to the left, to the right, or down, you know? And if you put on rotors, that, of course, means you can angle them a little bit. And if you have some skills in programming, and with programmable blocks, you can actually make a script, I think, that makes these panels follow the sun. Or, like, the path of the sun, rather. So, I don't think we're gonna go into scripting at this point in time, but actually setting up the... oh my god, it's fucking dark. Actually setting up the rotors already would be cool. I'm not quite sure what the rotors need for materials, but I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Oh, what the hell? Get... Jesus, I need the stairs to get up here. What the hell? Ah, there we go. Displays are missing. Oh no! There we go. So yeah, as I said before, there's a part of the space engineers community that completely avoids playing on planets, as far as I have seen. And I can understand why, because if you compare it to other games that have planets like this, it's really, really bad. I mean, just take a look at Empyrean, for example. Their planets. These planets are... the planets in Empyrean are very interesting. They're full of life, full of creatures that may or may not attack you if you do certain things. There are villages randomly generated on these maps. Stuff like that. And here, the only kind of things that you will find on the planet that are alive are wolves. And I have disabled those. Why? Because they're freaking annoying. That's all they are. They basically come after you in, like, I don't know if it's a specific time interval they spawn or if it's just random, but they basically come for you in pinpoint precision and start to wreck your shit. They either attack you directly or they start to chew through your base. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. They're wolves. I mean, before a few updates ago, there actually were cyber wolves. They were like mechanical wolves. At this point, I could have understood why they do this. You know, they're like cyber creatures and they devour metal. That sounds actually pretty badass. But now they look like normal wolves, which makes no sense. I mean, none. Literally none. I'm just lost on the idea of these wolves. And they're super annoying, especially for newer players. If you're a newer player and you want to try out planets, don't. Just don't. deactivate wolves, deactivate meteor storms, just sometimes even deactivate drones. The thing about drones is, in my opinion, you can see them coming from quite a while away, so you can prepare. You cannot prepare for the wolves. Nobody can prepare for the wolves. They just come for you. It's like the freaking mafia. You wake up one morning with wolves all around your base, and they chew up your base, and then you have no chance. And I don't think there's a tactic against this. I mean, you could really like rush something like an interior turret and hope that you have enough time to set it up to actually defend yourself, but my god, that's a bit of a stretch. And it's super annoying to do, so yeah, we're playing without wolves. Also, I've seen some people telling that you could like dig a moat with your drill, you know, going here and kind of dig a moat like this, a bit deeper than that, and then the wolves wouldn't cross it. I tried that. That didn't work at all. They came for me and killed me in a few seconds. It was hilarious. So yeah. So I'm making the platform a bit bigger because I want to plunk down a medical station, basically. So that's a very important part, actually, that we need to do, because if we die without the medical station being powered, that means we're gonna spawn again, either with a lander, or if the lander is still on cooldown, you're gonna spawn somewhere else. So you can drop down on the planet in just a spacesuit, which is crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, what was his name? Baumgartner did that thing? But it's super boring. You basically just fall down on the planet for like 5 minutes. It's dumb. So I want to get the medical station up as soon as possible. There we go. Well, we still need a lot of materials. Well. As you can see, it's a lot of stuff that you need to get over from one base to another. Especially because there's some of these components, some of these things we grind down actually have a huge ton of components in them, or rather large components. For example, the medical stations has some obscenely large components. Also, I think the beacon, there's a beacon on top here that has like huge parts that you can grind down. Oh, actually, we could add a beacon to our base, couldn't we? That's a good idea. Let's put that on the list as well. Beacon. I'm just trying to get a bit more steel plates here so we can make a bigger platform, because I think the thingy we have right now, that will not cut it. We need a bigger one. Also grinding down batteries. Could actually build a battery already. We have all the resources over there already. The thing is, technically there's like 5 or 6 batteries on this ship. So you would imagine that you could build 5 or 6 batteries in your base, right? That's wrong. Because if you grind down a battery, you get metal scrap instead of power cells, which are needed to create a battery. Oops. And why they do that? There's a very simple reason. The thing is, if you create a battery, if you construct a battery, as soon as it's finished constructing, it actually already has a bit of energy inside of it. So it starts with like a basic charge. Meaning, if there was like a lossless conversion from the battery to grind it down and then build it up again, that means you would have infinite energy by just, you know, building a battery and destroying it again, building it again. I bet you it was probably at some point that this was possible, and there was some crafty bastard who figured out like an infinite loop with automatic disassembler and welder that would like disassemble the battery, build it up again, then disassemble it again. I bet you there was a crafty bastard who did that. Alright, let's see. Battery. Let's focus. Oh, we already have it in our little list down there. Yep, power cells. These are also huge! You can only carry a few of them with you. Let me see, how much can I carry? Let's put everything down here. 87. So yeah, if my inventory was 10 times smaller, you can imagine how much I would be running around now. I wouldn't even be finished with disassembling like the first few blocks, I suppose. There we go. You can see there's already a charge in that thing. And at this point, let me see, do I have a display in here? Oh yeah, there we go. So if we sit in our comfy little chair here, we're gonna see at the bottom right, you see this 10 days. That's the amount of energy that will that our base can run at. The amount of energy that our base has and how long it can run with it. So now I'm not recharging my spacesuit anymore, so now we can run this station for 19 days with just that battery charge. So that's why you get metal scraps from it, I suppose. Oh, I have bulletproof glass. Alright, let's finish that up. There we go. Good, alright, we already have some of the things that we had on our checklist. I assume the next thing we should we start to build like further up, and also maybe add another battery just for, you know, that we have a bit more energy. And also I want, you know, the concept is that during the day the batteries will save up, or the solar panels will produce energy, then save it up, put it into the batteries so we can run during the night if it has to be. So I hope that will be possible. I don't know how many solar panels we're able to build, but I hope it's gonna be enough. Well, at one point we're hopefully gonna have enough batteries, and hopefully maybe at one point we're gonna find some uranium. Oops. Yep, I grinded too much again. God damn it. Alright. Let me on! Thank you. Oh yeah, I disassembled the beacon. Let me put that up actually. Beacon. Let me see, can we put like a second battery on top? And then a beacon. Whoop. Also, I don't want to use too much hydrogen if possible, so I might actually start to build stairs up here, you know, so we can climb our little tower. I think for stairs we need interior plates, is that right? Stairs, yes, indeed. Alright, there we are, stairs. Also construction components, right. So, the thing is, with these stairs, we're not going to use them in the conventional way, because normally you would build them like this. But we're going to build them like this. Because like this you can also climb them, but they resemble more like, I guess, a ladder. So you can climb up to a bigger height quickly if you build them like this. I think that's very useful. Our base is a little cramped. Maybe at one point I will actually, you know, get ourselves a bit more spaced out, but at the moment we should focus on getting the bases running, you know. Get me steel plates. More steel plates. Now we can... Ah, yeah, we need more power cells. Of course, we always need more power cells. And computers. Where are the computers? And power cells. Sometimes you really can get lost in these kind of inventories. It's sometimes so hard to find things. At least for me. Also, I have a short, like somewhat terrible short-term memory. So I'll build something, and then I will run out of material. I will remember like, oh, I need this and this and that. I'll run back to the inventory where I've stored all the stuff, and then I'm like, what the hell did I need to get again? Oh yeah, I'm terrible. I think we had enough power cells to exactly make 2 batteries. Could be wrong, but I think that was exactly 2. And now we need to get, oh, these. Of course we need to get these. How could I forget about these? These nuts. We don't have any more interior plates. Could that be possible? Looks like we are missing interior plates. I'm always missing interior plates. Oh no, there we are. There we go. See, I already forgot what I was supposed to get. I think large tubes? That was a thing? Oh, construction components. Did I forget anything? I hope not. And... oh yeah, obviously. Computers and radio communicators. Duh. Although I think I don't have enough yet. Well, computers I do, but... yeah, there's still some radio communicators over there, I think. Hopefully. Let me see. Maybe they dropped down somewhere. Oh, that could be, right? Shit, I hope I didn't lose them. Bulletproof glass. Is that a radio communicator thing? No, that's a girder. Ugh. Have I lost? Oh no, I didn't disassemble it completely. That's why. There we go. And the catwalk falls down. Actually, this thing will give me interior plates. Give me them plates! Oh shit, again. Genius. I had real trouble at first with the new HUD because I completely forgot where the inventory space is, you know? Before you had like a little number, and now you basically have this red bar above your tools, so to speak. And I was so oblivious to that, I didn't notice it for hours. It was like, what? And I'm a person that does not always read patch notes, so... yeah, there we go, my own stupidity. A beacon! There we go, now we can see our base from far away. Awesome. What's next? Well, I guess disassembling, and then we should start to build up a bit more, and then rotors. And then solar panels. Oh yeah! Also, I should probably, just for my own safety and for convenience sake, I should get to the... where is the... there's an oxygen generator somewhere on the ship. I know, because somewhere there is like a storage of oxygen bottles. Oh, there it is! There's the oxygen generator. Let me get that air vent. Oh, also, let's take the uranium out of the reactor and disassemble that. I mean, we might as well... we either build it into our base, the reactor, just for emergency purposes, you know, in case we really need energy. Or we could leave it for later, because at some point we might need a nuclear reactor for one of our ships, maybe. And uranium. You never know. Alright, oh yeah, oxygen, obviously. That's also a thing, oxygen. I kinda like the feature, but I'm kinda glad that I don't have to deal with that yet. The thing is, before planets... or rather at the beginning of planets, where I still was mainly playing in space, because planets were really bad back then, and they were very laggy as well. You basically, sometimes you were thrown into space and you had to like find ice to, you know, get the oxygen generator going. And I didn't manage. There was often a game where I would die like instantly because I didn't find oxygen. But of course you can disable it now if you want to, which is nice. I mean, it's really customizable at this point, so you can really disable all the features you don't like. Oxygen, thruster damage, all the enemies. that's really nice. They do in general, I feel Keen Software House does a fine job, in my opinion. I mean, the weekly updates, I know there's a lot of people, or at least some people, complaining that they do a lot of these like minor updates, you know, just... Oops, wait, that's a stupid idea. A lot of these minor updates where they just do like bug fixes and there's not a lot of feature coming out, you know, with every update. But I'm actually kind of glad that they do that, because if you throw up new features like every few weeks, the thing is, with these new features, bugs will grow exponentially, probably. Almost exponentially, I would assume. So I really like it that they like try to get a stable version out and then introduce new features, which of course means that it will be buggy again, but at least we have a solid base, you know, it's not getting worse and worse. So I think it's a good idea. Also, if you really want a lot of new features, I have to say there's a lot of talented modders out there, which have sometimes really good ideas for mods. Sometimes even things they, I think, implement into the real game. Or are thinking about implementing into the real game. Just like Minecraft, you know? I mean, in Minecraft there was also a lot of things that originally they came from mods and they implemented that into the game. So that's kind of cool. So Keen Software House can basically work on their product, on improving, bug fixing, making the netcode better, so multiplayer might at some point be a viable option without crashing servers left and right. And on the other while, modders can figure out like crazy things to do with the Space Engineers engine, and you know, everybody profits, hopefully. But yeah, there's of course a lot of things broken with this game. Wheels, for example. Wheels are broken. I mean, I never have been able to make craft a car that works. Well, it works, but it flips over at random points, even with like on the slightest uneven ground, it flips over, or sometimes it steers almost like, I don't know, like not a car, just like a 18-wheeler that is hopelessly overloaded. You just start swinging left and right. It's really weird. Wheels just do not work. Also, there's the problems, you know, with the with pistons and stuff. That if you have a ship that uses pistons and or rotors, you basically run the risk at random explosions during flight. There's just a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, I can see that some people might not want to play this game right now because it's still very, very buggy at certain points, and it can be frustrating. I can completely understand that. But yeah, I really like it. And it's not that I would say it's better than other space-themed games. I just would say it's different. It's something else. If I compare it to Empyrean again, Empyrean is not the same kind of game for me. Empyrean is more keen on survival aspects. You know, you grow food, you hunt, you build up your arsenal to fight creatures, and it's more about that, in my opinion. It's about exploring these planets and making yourself home there. And Space Engineers, for me, always has more been about building. Building crazy contraptions, weird ships, abusing the physics engine if possible. You know, that's what Space Engineers is about, for me. I mean, maybe you have a completely different vision on that. If so, just let me know. I mean, maybe you have a better view on that than I do. But for me, it's always has been the engineering game, the Minecraft game. Like early Minecraft, you know, that the Minecraft version where there was not all these crazy kind of end game features, crazy systems you could go through. Just like the basic building that was in Minecraft, you know. They called it Lego for adults, like in a computer game. And that's what this game is for me basically. It's a giant building fantasy for me, because I like building spaceships, and just generally I like building stuff. So for me this is a perfect game. But I also enjoy Empyrean a lot, I have to say. Also, you can build cool stuff in Empyrean as well. Actually, I've done some really fun stuff. Alright, we're almost finished with the deconstructing of our vessel. As I said, this will take time. It always takes time to set up your basic needs, you know. But it's gonna be worth it, so we have a really good start, and we don't need to worry about any like resources and stuff. And then next time we can start to worry about what exactly we want to build and what we want to do in general. I mean, I guess there's a long-term goal in getting off the planet and exploring other planets in this solar system. I mean, I think that's an alien planet. That's a Mars-like planet, and there's of course asteroids and stuff. So that will be long-term goals, but until we get there, that's gonna be some episodes. And since this is gonna be a weekly thing, it's gonna be some time, I suppose. And I'll try to do not not like play this world offline or off camera, so to speak, if it's possible. I mean, there might be some resource collecting going on every once in a while, but generally speaking, I want you guys to see exactly what happens with this, and because the optimal thing, of course, would be that we all decide what I'm gonna do, what we're gonna build. So it would be kind of stupid to, you know, not just do something off camera and not show you guys. That would be weird. So I'm trying to leave everything on camera if it's possible, right? And as long as I have stupid shit to talk about, I will not cut. You have to suffer through me. You will suffer. Well, hopefully not. I'm hopefully not that terrible. Jesus. Oh, there's another big thruster here. Ah. Oh god, I'm running out of energy as well. Oh, crap. There we go. Yep, I'm spreading the stuff all over the floor again. That sounded wrong. Oh well. I think also next time I think we already know what we're gonna do next time. I think we're gonna look for resources first and foremost. I mean, that's one of the most important things. Because I'm not quite sure if we already have all the necessary components to build our first, like, our first atmospheric spacecraft. Well, aircraft, actually. It's more like an aircraft. Because at the moment I can pretty much only build atmospheric thrusters. I don't have enough reactor... I don't think I have any reactor components at this point. So... yeah, and hydrogen, we would need to harvest a lot of ice and then make hydrogen out of that to actually, you know, make good hydrogen engines. But of course we're gonna need that to escape the planet's gravity. So hydrogen is also like, not a long-term goal, but a mid-term goal. Let's call it that. That's gonna be something, building like a rocket. Or I don't know. Oh Jesus, really? The thing is, I was just thinking about, you know, the inventory size again, just now. And I see why people would play with realistic inventory sizes. I see why you would do that. Not just because of, like, immersion, but realistic inventory sizes, in my opinion, make ships that you build with large cargo holds, it makes them much more useful and much more relevant, I think, right? Because at this point, if I build a ship with just one huge cargo container, that will be enough for almost all my needs. But if you have realistic cargo size, I guess you would have to build a lot more like huge cargo ships to move, you know, maybe materials from your first base to like another building site. I mean, I completely understand people who do that, but I'm just not the guy to do something like that. I'm very impatient in these things, so yeah. But I totally respect people who play with realistic settings. I mean, just go ahead. But I'm not the kind of person to do this. I'm really not. I think I have always played on... I think I tried once. Once I tried realistic settings. That was painful. Also kind of rewarding, but painful. Maybe that's what it's all about. It's about, you know, the painful strive to get through the challenges. I guess that's kind of it, right? As the sun rises for our second day, we're almost finished. Also, now we kind of know in which direction we need to angle our solar panels, I suppose. Which is kind of nice, because I was wondering that. But yeah, as I said, the first rotor setup will be manually controlled. So we're just gonna angle it slightly into that direction, like this one, which will give us mostly a good amount of energy. Or I hope, at least. Actually, we should do that right now if we can. Right? Because we would want to see how effective it is. Alright, let me get... Where are they? Rotors. I don't think we need advanced rotors. Because advanced rotors have like a conveyor system inside of them. But I don't think we need that. Let's build a bit more up. Then one rotor like this, and then I think just basically that. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, and that should have enough space for, I don't know, how many solar panels can we build? 2? 4? Oh, whoops. I forgot about that. I should I should finish off the rotors first, because if the rotors are not completed, they are unpowered, basically. They work, but they are unpowered, meaning gravity pulls this thing down now. Which is kind of cool, but dangerous. If I would not have built this so high up, it would probably have slammed into my base. Oopsie. Should be more careful with dangerous stuff. And now I have forgotten what I need to get. Jesus. Pipes? What do I need to get? Let's just get a bit of everything, actually. Oh, Jesus, I'm a forgetful bastard. Is that even something you say? A forgetful man? Forgetful? In German you say vergesslich. Oh, but I think I got all the materials. Yay for me? Oh yeah, you need to... Ah, yes, you need to finish the rotor parts separately. I forgot about that. Some more large tubes. Jesus, how many large tubes do we need? My lord! Let me get rid of some of these. Let me get all the large tubes. Well, most of the large tubes. Okay, this is finished. And now... Oh, this is already done. Good. So I hope we have enough solar panels for 4. That would be nice. That would be very, very cool. I haven't checked how much we have. But I hope it's gonna be enough. Ugh. Just go. No. There we go. Aligning things is still quite hard in Space Engineers. I mean, it helps a lot to have this, like, orientation thingy in the top right. That helps a lot. But still, it's... Sometimes it's still... Oh, it's so annoying to do. Alright, we need obviously a lot of solar panels. Obviously. 64 for each. Okay, that's one, that's two. 63. I think we have enough for... Oh yeah. I think we even would have enough for one more at least. How much do we have now? 126. Wait. 100... Shouldn't there be two more? Because if it was 128... then we could build two... Oh, we can build two more. Well, alright, then let's do that. Let's do just that. Build more. I mean, if we already can, we should. There's one space and then two more. And solar panels. One and two. Nice. So 6 solar panels. That should give us some good, some nice energy for starters. I really need to watch my H2 levels. Well, I still got a bottle in my inventory, so it should be fine, but I just don't want to fall to the ground and die. That would be embarrassing to die in the first episode already. Jeez. Alright. Oh, okay, what do I need? Construction components, computers, and large steel tubes. Construction components... alright. Construction components... Computers... Large steel tubes? Is that correct? Yay! We remembered! I'm so proud of myself right now. Yes! Power! More power! And now we can already see they're getting energy. Nice. I'm sure I'm gonna run out of materials soon. Ain't I? Oh no! I could complete them! Nice! Awesome. And jetpack. Thank you. Cool! Alright, let's disassemble the last few parts and then we're done. Nice. Very nice. Look at it. It looks so fragile, but it's alright, it's stable. It's very stable. Hopefully. I mean, that's also a thing they should maybe add one point. Rotors are super cool, but they always seem so unstable, because if the rotor is gone, a whole part of your ship basically floats off into space. In this case, if this part of the rotor is gone, the whole thing will fall down. It's actually super dangerous. I just realized that. Damn. Oh well, we'll deal with it. I'm getting lazy, I'm flying. Righty. That's the refinery. We'll rebuild this at one point, but not right now. First we need to even find ores before a refinery makes any sense. Same for the assembler. We need to check out what kind of ore deposits do we have around here. I mean, as we fell down to the planet, we saw a few of these dark spots. And based on that, we'll have maybe some good ores around. I mean, iron would be nice, just as a basic resource. Then, what is also very important? Silicon can be very cool. Also, what other materials would be nice? I know there's very little uranium on planets, I think. And also there's some materials that are not on planets, I think. Stuff like, what is it, platinum? I don't think that's on planets. I think you have to get that on actual asteroids. I think. Hopefully. Alright. Disassemble that. We're almost finished. I mean, we're pretty much getting rid of the platform right now. Actually, if I do that, it will fall down. That's a bit of a stupid thing. I need to... Wait. Where is this connected? Oh, okay. So as long as we don't delete the white block, it should be fine. We shouldn't fall to our death. Hopefully. There we go. There's another battery in the middle, I think. Yes, that's a... Oh yeah, and also an ore detector. We'll slap that onto one of a ship that we'll build at one point. Time to unload once more. Also, I need to recharge energy again. Let's see, how much energy do we have at the moment? 9 days. Well, we really have to get the solar panels into the right direction, because at the moment they're just one square, which is very bad. Yeah, well, of course they're angled down, which is pretty stupid, but hey. We're gonna fix that in a minute. Hopefully. Actually, it would really be cool to already have a script. But yeah, I don't want to bother with these things right now. Maybe later we'll get into actual scripting and stuff, which shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. I'm a learned programmer, so it shouldn't be too hard, I think. I've not looked into it at this point, I really have to admit, but I don't think it's too much of a problem. I mean, most of the time, like in-game scripting like that is just a basic language, and then you just have to employ, you know, logic. Which shouldn't be too hard. I should be able to do this. Alright, oops. Things falling to the ground, not good. I don't care. Oh wait. First this, then this. Almost done. Almost. Also, it's a cool thing, they added like better grinders and stuff, which is actually pretty good, because as you see, if you grind down a ship with your hands like that, it's gonna take a while. So these faster grinders and also drills and stuff like that they added, a real blessing. Oh yeah, right, these are heavy armor slopes, I forgot. Alright, I think that's gonna be almost one of the last trips we're gonna make back. Although we still have these huge parts left there. And the landing gears and stuff. Let's see, how much is the landing gear? Quarter of an inventory? More or less? Yeah, about. A bit less, I suppose. Yeah, but as soon as we're finished with this, we have a ton of materials and we have a good start to actually build some stuff. And then we just gonna quickly put the solar panels at an acceptable angle, because this is a disaster. I mean, at the moment we should actually be charging batteries and not spending energy. But I think at the moment it's actually not charging the batteries because we don't generate enough power, I think. So that needs to be remedied. Jesus, these have a lot of components in them. Also, we need to name our base. And come up with maybe a color scheme, because grey is just not very interesting, isn't it? I guess I should go with white and red, you know, the Swiss national colors. That could be cool, right? But still, we need to find out a name. Maybe you guys have a good idea for a name. What kind of base this is gonna be. Alright, that was quite the work we put in. as you can see, we have a ton of materials now. A good base stock. And now, let's see, we have 2 rotors. Let's reset velocity, that's what I wanted, thank you. And now we get into, actually we can do it like this as well. Increase velocity. Okay, so if I press 3 now, it spins around. Okay, let's spin it around. Wait, which way did we want it? I think this way was, so now we reset the, there we go, reset velocity, and now with 4 I should be able to turn it. Let me see, this is a good angle. 2. Oh no, 2 is a reset, I mean 4. There we go. Alright, now we should get some more green. There we go. That's what we talk about. Of course the sun is now at the not the best position, but we're already getting a lot more energy, I think. Let me see. Let me check that real quick. Oh yeah, now you see it says 0 sec at the charging station. I think that basically means we have more energy than we need, which means it should fill the batteries at this point. Current input. Yeah, it's filling batteries actually. But of course the sun is gonna go down at this point. So it's not filling very fast. In 16 hours, and I think that means actual in-game hours, they're gonna be full. Oh jeez. Well, but we built our basic station. Very nice. And now we're ready for next time to explore the planet. Maybe build some more station accessories. Maybe even start building a little spacecraft. Who knows, right? But yeah, as I said at the beginning, leave suggestions in the comments, things you want to see built. And yeah, I'll see to it that I can do it. Until then, I'll see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this, and take care.